Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Jack, and well, we have this piece of work. So yeah, while Microsoft keep just shooting themselves in the foot, knee, and face, we're seeing this strive for Linux when it comes to gaming. And Bazzite is one of those OS distributions. He was made by a former Windows developer, but anyway, before even jumping on that, well, you are going to hear this one. Well, not everything is a garden of flowers, just to put it lightly. So, Open Gaming collectively, OGC, formed to push Linux gaming even further. The initiative seeks a more unified, sustainable Linux game experience, benefiting handhelds, desktops, and beyond. So you hear, oh, good support, but among those words, yeah, something that actually gives me the very bad feeling crawling in my skin is centralization. Because among those efforts, yeah, it's kind of moving to centralize one platform and centralization. Yeah, we have seen how those for the future tend to be at the long term run. So, well, let's continue. For too long, the Linux gaming ecosystem has been fragmented. Individual distributions have spent countless hours duplicating efforts on kernel patches, input tooling, and essential packages. The OGC changes the game by centralizing efforts around critical components like game scope and hardware drivers. So at first hand, it sounds good because it's also true that you have a lot of duplicity of code for patches, but also like people comment a lot on the Linux landscape is because you have options to integrate those features, those fixes, those patches. Is whatever you want as long as you are knowledgeable in what you're doing. And while the OGC approach themselves as an option to basically make easier for that integration on Linux gaming for the rest of the distributions. So you can think it heads to that certain route, but yes, like we have using this guy, he's doing God's job in following the insanity of the madness of the far left since they keep infiltrating the tech. Well, they're already infiltrating the tech industry, but they are infiltrating themselves in the core of open source foundation as a whole. The the instinct of being open source. So you're seeing this one post by the Lunduk Journal. So he posted this on January 30. The OGC, the Open Gaming Collective, was just announced as a group of Linux game focused projects who plan to work together on gaming focused components used across the Linux ecosystems. A few things to keep in mind. The OGC is spearheaded by a Microsoft employee, Bazzite being the main OS distribution of Linux that he created. So, with that said in mind, this one is probably going to give you the actually bad vibes on all of this. The lead project, Bazzite, yes, the Microsoft employee created Bazzite, and he is the lead of that project of the OGC. It's one of the most intensively political projects in the open source world, regularly banning users and contributors for wrongdoing, aggressive code of conduct weaponization, targeting children with true ideology and bisexual cartoons, and more. To color it woke would be an understatement. So on that screenshot, you're seeing the announcement of the OGC. And man, really pisses me off. That yeah, the more we see the alternatives for OS, we have to deal with this. this nonsense of people. Yeah, something went wrong when a lot of left-wing retards co-opted the tech industry. Yeah, it's important to never allow communists to take over something related to an important infrastructure in life where it is tech. In current year, yeah, we rely a lot on tech. Well, you're seeing this post from the OGC, yeah, leveling up the ecosystem, and the next one from one forum, a brighter future for Bazzite introduced the Open Game Collective. The OGC is collaborating organizations bringing together key projects in Linux gaming, including Chimera OS, Novara, Playtron, Fire Labs, PKOS, Shadow Blip, Asus Linux, us, and here at Bazzite under Universal Blue, and more partners to be announced soon. And then the fucking piece of fucking discordia. So you have this posted from PTR 1337. Hi, we have talked this, but we opted out since we do not see all too much benefit from our side. Handheld stuff is not our major focus. Also, we have some concerns that this could get a quote unquote bureaucratic loophole, which seemed to be more or less true so far. Yes, I mentioned it about decentralization. That centralization also comes with certain ideologies, not only related to far level, within the way how they manage things moving forward, and not for good. Just saying. Additionally, to us, all of these quote unquote initiative looked like an emergency rush thing. So that Bazzite finds new kernel maintainers and for other technical stuff after kicking the maintainer, which basically made most integrations work for them. So he wanted someone that was actually skilled and talented to do the heavy lifting, and since he already finished most of the work, because he disagreed with his takes at political level within left, right, or center, if even center exists at this point, because I keep stating how much the far left has gone fully deranged. So the small opportunity to kick him out based on those political disagreements, the bad side leader goes and does it. He goes at it, and yes, that's how even this project is going to be deemed as a failure from the start. Because you have these fucking nut jobs that they cannot let go their fucking far left lunacy. I keep saying the far left is too way gone. But really it's concerning when they up themselves to take the lead in dictating what is the open source foundation. Well, even when you hear about the open source foundation, I'm referring more or like the mindset itself rather than organizations. I prefer the mindset. The idea should prevail way better and the most rather than a certain type of groups that want to dictate what should be the best way to integrate this feature in technology based on ideology. And this is the problem with Bazzite. So yeah, this one, 20s. We needed one to be associated with quote unquote Playtron too. There are more reasons, but I'll keep them out of the public. Uh, so that's how it goes. Probably Bassett is going to be the first one to fold. And yes, the beauty is that also the other OS exists out there and they did their own fixes because also we have seen how the far left that is in control of the well right now of the community of the people giving support to the open source commitment. Yeah, they are attacking them. Like, yeah, for example, when you see a project, man, it, how it was called, yeah, ex libre being targeted every single time, being targeted by the far left, those lunatics, because they don't like that once they are giving the support, they have different political views than those far left morons, and just because of that, even they don't care if the code works, is efficient, improves things, they don't care. They will gladly ditch that because what they care the most is again their fucking retarded ideology. So yeah, I don't think that Bazzite is going to be heading into the bright future anymore. But still, at least you still have the other distribution, Linux Mint. I didn't see Linux Mint being mentioned here. So at this point, I hope it stays that way. That's the only thing we can hope at this point because yeah, this nonsense yeah is tiresome, but that's what it is. Thanks for watching and please take care.